This is That Show. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate all of you letting us penetrate your ear holes with our nonsense and garbage and bodily fluids.
Yeah. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
That's what I have to say.
It's Super Bowl week. Whoop, whoop. Yeah. Had to match my intensity, huh?
I can't do the whoop whoop like you did. Yeah. I don't know what that was. It was a
yeah. Your voice doesn't go that high.
It doesn't get
yeah.
It's a Tiffany.
Mine does. Tiffany.
I don't know. Even when I tried to go high there, it didn't go high. It more came with an accent.
Yeah.
Tiffany. It's Tiffany down South Carolina riding a pillow.
Riding a pillow. Yeah.
That was the part of that I don't think anybody heard in that little clip from the Tiffany episode of the riding the pillow.
Yeah.
Because that came because the over the top of, I'm about.
Yeah.
That's what, the good old classics and callbacks. That's where it's at, man. That's where it's at.
Oh, speaking of callbacks and classics, and again, we have any little people listeners, I'm really sorry, but I had another encounter.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it positive?
I like to think I handled it well.
Yeah?
Yeah. We were in a restaurant. It was a fast food restaurant, and they were taking orders. And I went up there and I ordered my food and gave the lady my money. And I didn't think I would get change back. I didn't have that. And she touched my hand. and I put the money in her tip jar. I didn't want it anymore. I felt, I don't know, that, it was a very, very it was a very poor town that we were in. So she wasn't like the cleanest of people or little people. And there was like stuff on her hands, and you could clearly see the stuff on her hands. Like she shouldn't be working the front counter unless she washed her hands. I thought that was just a thing. And like it was rough, and it was like a hoof rough, and it like, as you like give somebody change, it like touched like the, my fingers and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. So I just put the change in a little tip jar, and I said, thank you for...
Was the tip jar smaller than normal?
No, it was a regular size
normal
jar. Yeah, it was
okay.
You could, she wasn't the only person who works the counter.
I didn't know. Maybe they had different apparatus.
There was two registers.
Yep.
And the line split.
Oh.
And I split with the other one.
Picked.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I couldn't see because there was people in front. So.
Well, and they're not tall.
Yeah.
Tough to see.
Yep. So I felt bad, but I didn't apologize because I didn't want to explain why I was apologizing.
Well, it's an easy explanation. You just go, ooh, COVID.
Yeah. But yeah,
like I wonder.
And I didn't. But again, I felt like I did the right thing. I didn't like make any noises or like say ooh or anything like that. I just, I just didn't want to touch my hand anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't like the how rough it was. Like it literally,
like
felt,
sandpaper.
Yeah, like a really nasty callus.
I see.
Yeah, like she sewed for a living by hand. Like that was like those kind of calluses, or warts. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder how they got so callous. What do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
Push-ups?
Push-ups, so he said?
Yeah.
She could have been.
Well, it could have been, too. It's almost like a mountain climber's hands.
Yeah.
Getting up on couches and stuff.
She could have been. She was on a stool when she was taking the orders.
Yeah.
I think it had her name on it. Like anybody else was going
I guess there's only 4.
Yeah, only for Mary, because that was her name. Yeah. Because she walked out of the back. Somebody said, "Here you go, Mary," and you could hear it scoot. Yeah. Yeah, she climbed up. And
there's nothing louder than something scooting across the
brick floor.
Yeah, it's like,
thank you. And I felt like it was definitely more of a mature interaction than I've had in the past.
Yeah.
So I'm growing.
As a human, yes.
Yes. And, my stomach's growing too.
That's not what I meant.
Because I'm wide. All right. So that's how we opened it up.
Yeah, that's the funny part. And people didn't, obviously I don't have the video going this week, but people would have seen me slap your hand in the middle of that.
Sorry.
Well, I just want to explain that because I knew the story was coming.
Mm-hmm.
And if people don't know, Seth is a bit of a fidgeter.
Yeah.
And he likes to play with the wire that connects his headphones. And sometimes that causes some static.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the story, I was like, I don't want to have to stop this for static. So that's why I slapped you.
And as... I took it because
you were like a dog. Like you knew you fucked up.
I did. I was like, damn it. And I shouldn't have touched it.
Yep. And I gave you something to play with.
Because I have a special wire here that I'm twirling right now. So I don't touch the important one. Yeah. I had a good week, though. I had a good solid week of work. I have to go all 5 days this week. It sucks, but yeah. I mean, bullshit.
I put 2 in.
Yeah, bullshit. But it's been solid. I almost had a number 2 in my pants.
Nice.
This morning.
Oh.
Yeah. It hit me like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
Like one of the ones where you instantly clench.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it looked like, I didn't see what it looked like, obviously, when I came out, but I could only imagine like a reverse mushroom cloud. That's how
like a depth charge?
Yes, yeah. Like that's how it felt. And I mean, it was almost, I was like, man, do I call in?
Yeah.
I was already in the school. I was like, how do I explain this to somebody that I just shit my pants?
Do you carry extra clothes?
Yep.
For that reason or just for
No, most of the time because I
coach and do shit after.
So I have clothes elsewhere.
Hey, sir, why are you in gym shorts teaching this class? Well,
let
me tell you
you
about being an adult.
Yeah, well, I ripped my pants one day during lunch duty.
Dancing.
Well, I gotta, did it for the Vine, but,
Vine?
It wasn't TikTok then, it was Vine.
Yeah, Vine.
But no, actually, I didn't believe the kid who told me. It was like this 5th grader.
Yeah.
It's like, Mr. Evans, you have a hole in your pants. And I was like, good one, man. Because I always like, do like a major, whatever, try to mess with them. And they're like, no, really. And I was like, okay, whatever. I just keep going. Like 3 other kids told me. And I'm like, all right, I checked. Oh my God. All down the inseam. Like from my butt all the way down to like my knee. Yeah.
Hey, there's a good thing you had underwear on that day or you'd be in prison right now.
Exactly. Everybody in my brain. But so this morning was interesting. I thought it was going to be a call-off day, but it wasn't. It was a good day.
Yeah. I had a close call.
Did you?
Yeah, I did that myself.
Okay.
Last week during that snowstorm, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm plowing snow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I like how you had to say snow.
Yeah. Well, I'm not plowing tang. That comes later. But I'm plowing and, like we're up in, the major clubhouse. Obviously, it's closed.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Somebody there. You can't get inside. And I'm plowing and it just kind of I'm like, uh-oh.
Yeah. I know what you mean.
So I fire down to the maintenance building.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so bad that when I got there, I had to wait in the truck for 30 seconds.
Yeah, so you didn't.
Because I couldn't move.
Because you couldn't move,
I could not move.
Yeah, it was like right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then you wait for that next gurgle to where it's like, okay, I cleared some space.
Then
I
you
can
haul
move
ass.
now. So then I'm hauling into the bathroom. Now, we do have a shop cat that has one eye.
Yeah, I know it.
And he's been hanging out in the bathroom because it's where it's warmest.
Yeah. His name like Lucky or something?
Nah, it's Joey.
Joey, okay.
Joey One Eye.
Gotcha.
It was before Joe Burrow. He's the most famous Joe before this last one. So I get in there and it's like, hey man, I can't wait for you to get out of here. Like you're in it with me.
Yeah.
So and it
hit the hammer hard. Yeah.
I mean, and it was a close enough call that I had to check to make sure I didn't.
Oh.
Like I didn't know if I did or didn't.
Yeah.
Like it was still up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm sitting there and then like anytime you're sitting down, like the cat thinks you have food or something.
So he comes up like
So
to
he
your
comes
legs.
up and is in between my legs
Yeah.
while I'm exploding.
Yeah.
So I peed on him.
No.
And no, that didn't happen.
That's good.
But it was a close call. And now he hadn't looked at me properly
Yeah.
since.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
he was
like he's one-eyeing me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all he's got. But
he's just something curious about it.
yeah, it's a toughie.
I this morning, and I had eaten some spicy stuff the night before. So
That'll do it.
have you ever had like the ones where it instantly hits you and you start sweating?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, that was one of these this morning. So so when I sat on the toilet, I almost slid because my ass was sweaty.
It's like shitting out of the shower.
Yeah. So when I was finished, I pulled my pants back up and I went, oh my God, I didn't make it. That's how bad my ass was sweating from having to poop. Like my underwear was sweaty from this. And I thought, oh God. I thought I made it. I was
You're such a loser.
Gonna have to waddle out of here.
Just
Yeah.
explain to the higher ups why I never went back to class. Wait,
We saw him here this
why are
morning.
you moonwalking down the hallway?
Yeah, that'll do it.
Get my back up against the lockers, just smearing.
Should have itched my back like a bear. They just don't mind me.
Oh, man. That's good stuff. I did come up with an answer from a question off air last week
Okay.
that your buddy asked about me, how I pause often.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it is because I'm hitting something.
Yeah.
But I started thinking about it. That obviously I don't listen to all the show. I listen to some of it, but I did listen to that episode and I heard pauses. Plus I was, self-conscious about it after you brought this bad news to me
Yeah.
that I do that.
Uh-huh.
And not really, I didn't really care about it.
Yeah,
but the reason I think it is I have an explanation for it.
Okay.
And I think you'll understand this because you know me pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously I have a lot of useless information.
Yeah. I didn't touch it, I swear to God.
Did it go away?
Yeah.
Okay. Obviously I have a lot of useless information and it's kind of, we'll put it like, say it's a filing cabinet in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm talking, like I'm talking so fast
Didn't keep up.
that I'm still like searching
For the next.
I'm searching for the piece of statistics that I want out of my filing cabinet, but I'm talking faster than my brain can pull it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why there's always that, there it is, kind of,
Yeah.
That's why I pause.
Oh, I get
it. I mean, I don't feel like I deserve to be made fun of for it, especially from a guy that is a Florida fan. I feel like that is something that he would understand because if I don't want to talk too fast for him because then I don't think he can follow along while he's coloring in his books. But that's kind of how that goes.
He's colored in his books.
Well, I mean, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I don't
He
know.
might like the color.
I don't know the guy.
I
I
know.
mean, I assume so. Who isn't coloring in a book? You think he's just doing it on the kitchen wall?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we know he's coloring.
Yeah.
It's just on what surface
He doesn't.
and with what substance?
He doesn't stay inside the lines.
Feces, maybe? Finger painting with feces? That what he's doing?
I don't think so.
I don't know why he didn't deserve any of that. And I turned it around on him when it was a me problem that he was just nice enough to point out. But that's okay.
Yeah,
That's how we grow and get stronger as a human.
Yeah. He'll laugh about it because he's a good dude.
Is he?
Yeah.
I don't know him.
Yeah, no, he's a good
I've never
dude.
met him before.
I know you haven't. He's a
Maybe
good
I
dude.
have. I don't know.
You might have seen
Probably
him.
not. I don't remember signing an autograph for him, so probably didn't.
But I didn't meet him.
I have some headshots that I like to sign for that is one of my favorite jokes, like with the guy coming through the airport and like whoever's trying to sell shit, handing out flyers, and he just has a Sharpie and the girl's trying to hand it to him and he just stops and signs it. That is such a great move of, I want to do that of going to like a high school basketball game, like the kids trying to sell, not 50-50 tickets, that's tough to sign, but like programs.
Yeah.
Of like if they're, hey, you want to buy, and just sign it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's such a great move.
Did you say programs?
Yeah.
Do you always say programs?
No.
Okay. I didn't think so. I was like, because I wanted to be asked, how do you say the unit of measurement? Do you say grims or do you say grams?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't use grims or grams.
Okay.
I use
Kilograms?
yeah. I use kilograms
Kilograms?
to measure my aluminium.
Yeah. Oh, God. So we, we had the Pro Bowl last week.
No, we didn't.
Did you see the two-hand touch?
I didn't fucking watch it.
I saw a clip on Twitter.
Yeah, I seen the first clip. Like the first play of the game was a pick six.
Yeah.
And nobody attempted to tackle anybody. And I'm like, okay, well, that's enough of this.
I want, now that this is dumb and we see that it's dumb, and I get it, it's been dumb for a while. Contracts are too big now to play that game.
You can't.
So, I like all the other, like all the old guys are like, this is, you pussies, you can't play. I'm like, no. The contracts are way bigger than what you guys had. Like, I think Shannon Sharp was like going off on people.
Yeah, and he's somebody that never made any money.
Yeah.
And is also a bad human. Actually, I hear he's quite nice.
Yeah. You've been retracting a lot today.
I don't know.
Okay.
I've never met the man.
But
horsecock, though, I hear.
I could imagine that.
Did you imagine that?
Yeah, I do. I'm a Broncos fan,
what do you
man.
dream about?
Everybody's
did he play for the Broncos at some point?
Yeah, don't start.
Thought he was a Raven.
He was for a year.
Oh, I thought it was his whole career. That's all I think of him as a Raven.
Okay, I guess. I don't know what to tell you. I might have been like 4, so I don't.
All right, well, so you're not a real fan then.
I mean, I can't help how old I was.
Make a time machine, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Okay. I don't know where I was at. I wish it was just like the skills competition and then it's over with.
That was nice. The dodgeball and stuff.
Yeah. Like play that and then have it be done.
The filming of the dodgeball sucked.
Yeah.
It's like, here's one camera. Well, this seems like to be the most athletic event we're doing that could be the biggest hit.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. The I didn't get that because it's like, this is like a major network, I think. Why is there only one camera?
But you have like 8K on all the other little shit of like, I feel like you just grab one of those and maybe
weird
film this shit. But I agree with you on you can't expect these guys to play. And I think one thing that gets overlooked is obviously they're having it, in between weeks for the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Of the bulk of these guys have not played football in a month.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not. Hey, they've already started their off season, been on vacation, shut it down a little bit of like, you expect me to pull a hamstring right before they start cutting people.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the draft is coming.
Free agencies in a month.
Yeah. Kind of
a big deal.
Yeah, probably shouldn't do that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
No punts in the game.
Yeah.
So if neither team punted.
Yeah.
And then I like it that the over-under was like fucking 60.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they got that in the first quarter.
Yeah. Why was that the over-under?
Yeah. If you were live betting the over-under, at one point in time, the over-under was 98.
Yeah.
So.
Did you see the interview with the AFC punter? He's like, I had a pretty good stat day today. He's like, I had 0 punts, 2 holds, and 2 halftime hot dogs.
Yeah. Might have been the most exciting thing that happened.
Might have been.
Yeah, but the Mac Jones thing was pretty cool. When he runs 70 yards after the whistle blows and then celebrates his touchdown.
Oh, did he?
With the gritty.
Oh, nice. Nice.
It was not good.
Not good.
It was like, obviously they have agreed that they're playing two-hand tap.
Yeah.
He comes out of the pocket, makes it like 3 yards. You hear the whistle blow. Everybody stops moving. And it like to him, it like the seas parted.
Yeah.
And he ran for 60 more yards to the end zone.
God.
And then as he crossed the line, he started grittying. It's like, I'll give it to the guy. He knows how to have a good time.
Yeah.
Speaking of guys who know how to have a good time, Alvin Kamara.
Yeah.
Having a good time.
Beat the shit.
Curb stomping some guy.
Yeah.
That is.
I saw a tweet. It said, Alvin Kamara is the only buddy who hit anybody at the Pro Bowl.
100%. Not lying.
Yeah.
Well, then it was like, after, first of all, they waited till after, like they knew it happened. They knew they were going to arrest him. They waited for the Pro Bowl to be finish. Of like, it would have been exciting if you'd have handcuffed him at the 50-yard line.
Exactly.
At least something would have happened.
Yeah.
Then they got his official statement. And it was like his side of the story was like the guy said something and then he was trying to run away and I did this and that and that. And they're like,
so you did it.
No. Well, hey, man, there's a casino. There's fucking cameras. Like, that's not what happened. At no point in time was a guy doing whatever you said he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So now the guy, from my understanding of it, have not journalistically looked into this. I just assume that everything on the internet is real.
Yeah, 100%.
Is they're thinking 7 or 8 times Kamara punched him.
Mm.
And then when he stopped punching, his buddies started stomping his face.
Oh.
Like it was a whole...
Yeah. Like somebody should have been
like that fight that happened at this bar not too far from here.
Like somebody needs
it
to
was
say,
like that. Hey...
Stop. You're going to kill that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's also one of those things of like people say, hey, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. But one thing they don't put up with is shit like that in Vegas.
Yeah.
Like they prosecute.
You're going to go.
Because, hey, you're not going to come out here and ruin what we got going on out here. So like and I got a feeling that this is going to involve the NFL at some point in time. Now he's going to get, I don't know what his past record is.
Probably 4 games.
Not even with that. I'm talking about going to prison.
Oh, okay.
Like it's very likely that he does time.
Oh, okay.
Because Vegas is strict as shit when it comes to that stuff. But this, what I was saying with the NFL because they are the only, like you build a new stadium in a climate or have a dome, that a city's logistically okay to host a Super Bowl, like you get one. Mm-hmm. Like when LA opened, it was like the year after it opened, it was getting a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, COVID, actually the first year it was open, it was hosting the Super Bowl because that's why it was COVID. It was supposed to be last year, but COVID made it in Tampa. Mm-hmm. So now it's this year.
Yeah.
Well, the next 5 Super Bowls, Vegas isn't on the list yet, which is very weird for the NFL. It's like, hey, they're here.
But it's because
open.
of those reasons, probably.
And that's exactly what it is of like, hey, we need to feel this out to see if these guys can even handle being in this fucking city.
No shit.
For a week.
Yeah.
Because it's famous last time the Bengals were in the Super Bowl in whatever, 87 or whatever it was. Like one of the players on the team ended up in some crack house and missed the game. Like just strung out on drugs down in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Like they found him in a crack house. I mean, it was like, okay, well.
Maybe tone it down a bit.
Just maybe. Let's get the game over with first. You can get crack. If you think you can't get crack in Cincinnati, I mean.
You haven't been there.
Yeah. Maybe we would have won this game with you.
Yeah.
You could have had a whole $500,000 crack party. You and Tyrone Biggums.
Yeah. Tyrone Biggums.
That's a callback.
That is good. Good stuff. Oh, my gosh. But, I am neither fan of either one of these teams coming up, but I am very, very excited for this Super Bowl.
It's the greatest Super Bowl in
stop.
57 years? I mean...
This is the best one ever, then? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, is that what it is? Has there only been 57 of them?
56.
56?
This is
57? So I fucked that up.
No. This is 56.
I thought it was 57.
No.
I feel like you have messed that up.
No, I don't think so.
So bad.
I don't think so. I'll Google it.
It probably is. You're probably right. You've always been right. I mean...
You're backtracking again.
Your firm stance on people's height is weird, but...
Just don't get me started.
Well, I mean... Got to be 56. That's what I said, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You were right all along.
Was it 57?
No, it's Super Bowl 56.
Oh, is it? Damn it. Well, hey, you know what? In school, like, hey, you stop at Roman numerals after fucking, like, you learn them up to 20 or whatever, maybe 30.
Yeah.
Never getting into the fucking 50s.
Now, we only learned Roman numerals because of the Kings in history class. That's the only time we ever learned.
You only got up to like 7.
Yeah. There was Louis the 18th.
Yeah, once you couldn't use X 3 times.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah, I didn't know where we're going. Once it hit 40.
Why do we have L's in here?
Yeah, now why is it LX? I don't remember what that means. XL?
Yeah.
XL was 40.
Mine's 3XL.
I think it was. I think XL is 40. There was it was a big deal. It's Super Bowl XL.
Yeah.
Try to get all that chubby money.
I'm 3XL.
I don't know that. Yeah. Because XL's not even chubby anymore.
No, it's not. It's the average.
Fit.
Slim thick.
Slim fit. Where the fuck were... Oh, yeah. Them not getting a Super Bowl until they realize if these guys can fucking handle.
Well,
because
they can't handle the Pro Bowl.
As we talked about, 2020 draft picks, of which you had 2 first-rounders, both of them are going to prison.
Yeah.
Pretty good chance of.
Yep. Good job, Raiders.
And now a Pro Bowl was there, and a guy's going to prison, maybe.
Yeah.
Of, whatever justice is of, it's got to play its course. But
yeah.
It's a chance that might happen.
Yeah, you can go to prison.
But I bet a Super Bowl week out there would be awesome.
Yeah.
You couldn't afford to go.
No, you can't afford to go to L.A.
Yeah, but everybody's like, well, I get all these points and stuff in Vegas. I get free rooms. I bet not that fucking weight.
No,
you don't.
I bet you don't get any
$500 a night.
Yeah. No points are available.
Well, and that's the weird thing is, you got to pay for everything in L.A., their fucking parking and then trying to get in and all that shit. But yet they let these other people, apparently, if you have a blue tarp that's like a field pass, you can just go wherever you want.
Oh, really?
Like the blue tarp people. Bums.
Oh. I literally, that one went all over my head. I was
right over your head.
I was like, where you get a blue tarp?
But it used to be, that they kind of talked about that, is that that area was very bum heavy.
Oh.
But all of a sudden Super Bowl's there and it's not. It was like,
they killed the bum.
What'd you do with, hey, Raj, I know maybe you had this we don't hire black coaches controversy going into L.A., so nobody would ask, what did you do with the bums of L.A.? They're not around the stadium anymore, Raj. What'd you do?
There's only one thing I can
Where
think
are the
of.
bodies?
I just think of the episode of Family Guy where Peter's sitting in the windowsill with the sniper rifle. Yeah. And he just misses Lois on purpose and stuff like that.
They load him up on the bus and then took him to the ocean.
Yeah. Let him free.
Are we going to stop?
Now they loaded him up on the bus and they took him to the desert and they let him free. Yeah. Be free, my friends.
Free drugs out in the middle of... They just took him to Area 51 and dropped him off.
Why do people just assume bums are drug addicts?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
I always find them as mentally unstable.
Yeah, that's me too. You're a psychopath.
It's not always drugs.
Yeah.
It's, I have issues in my head.
Yeah, that's what I thought. You're a psycho. You can't be around people, so you have to live on the streets.
It's not maybe psycho. They don't do a lot of killing. They do a fair amount, but not a lot.
Well, I'm just saying. That was always a mental thing.
Mental illness.
Not I do so much drugs that I have to live on the streets. Or how do you afford drugs if you live on the streets?
I think they're pretty cheap.
Drugs? Or like a blowjob?
The drugs of that caliber.
Oh.
I don't think crack's expensive. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I assume if you find $20, you can get a decent amount.
Yeah, it just depends how many stabs.
I don't know. If there's anybody that knows, maybe, shoot us something on Twitter to let us know how much crack is.
That'd be cool.
I
don't know drug prices.
I don't either. I feel like
there was a board or something that could tell me.
But I feel like you can't look it up on the internet you shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Or they're flag you.
Then Facebook's going to start advertising it to you. Here's where you can buy crack near you.
Mm-hmm. I wish it was a menu,
like a drive-through.
Yeah.
What can we get for you today?
Like an old concession stand.
Can I get a number 3?
An old concession stand, bag of weed. You just look over, $6. Oh,
those old photo huts that used to be you just drive through, but it doesn't look like a roll of film and like a big crack rock with a window in it. You just drive through.
Yeah, the drive-through would be cool. Take a number 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3.
Hold the lettuce.
Biggie-sized. With extra fentanyl.
Yeah. Biggie size.
We're going to charge you 30 cents for that fentanyl.
Okay. People who charge for sauces are fucks.
Yeah.
I don't like that. It should just come with my meal. The sauce. If you ask me if I want sauce,
you should give it to me.
Yeah, don't charge me. Do you want any sauce? Yeah, I'll take some barbecue sauce. That'll be $1.50. No.
I'm going to be real honest. I went through Arby's the other day. They have really good mozzarella sticks. But Arby's.
Arby's.
I was down at Arby's.
Arby's?
Down at Arby's. And they, decently expensive fast food restaurant.
Yeah, 100% it is.
No marinara sauce given.
Weird. With mozzarella sticks.
Yeah.
That's kind of
like you.
Yeah.
You don't even need to ask for that.
No.
Because I never have before. It's always just came with it because it's mozzarella sticks and marinara sauce is kind of the reason you have that in this store.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't get it. So
you think they were out and just didn't tell you, or do you think they forgot?
I just think they're losers.
Okay.
And Arby's is on a mission to swindle 10 cents out of you to make millions.
Well, it's probably true then.
And it was in the rich section of town's Arby's that did it to me. So I feel we can afford this property here because we're holding back on Mar sauce.
It's definitely marinara sauce at Arby's with a Sam Adams Boston lager. Is it a Boston
Sam
lager?
Adams mozzarella sticks out down at Arby's. Put in the car. Fucking whore.
Fucking whore.
The fucking whore didn't fucking whore didn't give me any mozzarella sauce.
That wasn't Boston. It wasn't a Boston was an accent. That was a speech impediment. You whore.
You 50 whore. You
fucking whore.
Sauce, you fucking whore. There's a wicked fucking whore down there at Harvey's not giving me any of that goddamn sauce. I don't know what the fuck to do.
You sound like you're 6.
God damn it, what the fuck? Ain't no mozzarella.
Oh, gosh.
It's terrible shit. We haven't talked about the Super Bowl at all.
No.
We should probably get into that.
Yeah.
Fucking whore.
Oh, God.
Okay, so it's an important week of the football season. It is also a sad week, meaning you're going to get more mozzarella stick whore after this football season, because I'll be goddamn if I talk about fucking basketball and baseball. And the baseball doesn't even exist as a sport anymore.
No.
The MLB and the Players Association can't get by anything, and they wanted to bring in a federal arbitrator, and the Players Association said fucking no, because if they look to see, they're going to take money away from the players, because you can't pay these guys these salaries. You made $8 last year.
Yeah.
You can't take out loans to play fucking players.
Yeah.
Fucking whores.
Yeah.
And NBA is just fucking get the fuck out of here with that.
The NBA is absolutely ridiculous.
I love the fact that you claim to try to have a sport where guys can actively just stop fucking playing until they get traded.
Just
of like,
out. Yeah, I'm not
and
playing
one
anymore.
of them, with Simmons, hasn't played all year.
Nope.
And then you have Harden, who has been playing, but actively just stopped trying.
Yeah.
Of like, you're James Harden.
Mm-hmm.
You scored 4 fucking points, and you played the whole game.
Yep. You just didn't do anything.
Say, trade me, or I'm going to do this for you.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll get paid again.
Oh, he already got traded.
I know. He got traded today.
Yeah.
Breaking news, if you didn't follow games that no one cares about.
Yeah, shit.
Of like, it's the second time in 2 years that you've done this, and it's worked both times.
Yeah.
Of like, okay. Well, you shouldn't be a sport anymore.
No.
Nobody cares.
Nobody gives a shit. So now on to the real sport. It is the last week. It's very sad. Oh, what do the Bengals have to do to beat the Rams?
Probably score more.
Yeah. That show's over, folks. That's the whole conversation.
But that's like a radio road question to all the guys. Hey, what do they need to do? Fucking score more points. I mean, I don't know what. This isn't,
This isn't rocket science.
I don't need a theorem to figure this one out. I don't remember what those are.
Yeah.
I knew it was in the fucking algebra class at some point in time.
Pythagorean's theorem.
I don't know what that is.
It's with triangles.
Pythagoras, is he
the dinosaur?
Yeah. Could do math? That's fucking amazing.
Yeah. Blame God.
I don't know how many shows that you're getting that kind of shit from. You know what you need to do? Blame God. Solve all your problems.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why you come here for Super Bowl breakdowns. I'll tell you what, team that doesn't win, God doesn't love. I mean, the winning team always thanks him. Never heard the fucking losers do it.
Nope. Oh, my God, yeah.
Oh, the main thing is obviously LA's defensive line and the Bengals' lack of an offensive line.
Yeah.
You can't. If you get sacked 9 times in this game, I feel like you're not going to win.
Yeah.
I just,
I don't. People are very, very concerned about the Aaron Donald factor. The Bengals' strength of their offensive line is the interior.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he's going to, I would say him in the run game, but you're going to put Leonard Floyd or Von Miller on Isaiah Prince, and that's where you're
going to have an okay game.
Yeah, that's where you're going to lose the ball game, folks.
But the one thing to me that they always talk about that pass rush, not everybody readily wants to admit that, like, hey, you can run on the Rams defense.
100%.
Like, their defensive line can get after you with 4.
Mm-hmm.
They don't stop like Aaron Donald stops the run. But other than that, they don't.
No, they don't.
Like, they kind of eat up blocks, and Weddle will come down and stop it. But, like, this is a game, like, Joe Mixon could go for, like, 140 in this game. Like, that wouldn't shock me. I mean, I don't think it wouldn't shock me if it's like, hey, you had 20 carries for 140 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, if watch the Rams losses, even watch the the Tampa Bay game from the playoffs, like they just ran the ball all over them. And then, I mean, Tampa got down too much to keep continuing to run the ball, but they don't like being pushed around. They don't handle that well. I mean, they should run the ball.
100%.
I mean, they should definitely try and run the ball. I'm excited for that Ramsey Jamar Chase matchup.
I don't think you're going to see that as much as people think. Well, for one, Ramsey's never been a guy that follows a guy. That's not the defense they run.
Yeah. He followed
not till late, though.
Debo.
Yeah, but not till late.
Yeah, it's not till late.
Like it was like fourth quarter.
Yeah, he was like,
started
fuck
doing
this,
that.
I'm going to go guard him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it would be a mistake if they wound him up with Jamar.
I do too.
I think you should if he's going to follow somebody, you should follow Higgins.
Mm-hmm. And then just double team Chase.
Yeah. Because Chase is going to get his. And at one-on-one, I know Ramsey's great, but as a wide receiver,
still hard as hell.
It only takes fucking two.
One. Yeah.
And if it's one-on-one, Joe Burrow's going to test it, and he's going to test you 40 yards down the field.
Yeah.
And it only takes two of those grabs for you to, be unsuccessful.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I don't think they should put Ramsey on Chase. I like him guarding Higgins, or you're not going to put him on Boyd.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Higgins
Boyd
is
just
nice.
box him out.
Doubling Chase. I think you're going to see the Joe Burrow shine go down. Do you know what I mean? Like just a little bit.
Oh yeah, it
just
has
a
to.
little bit. I mean, I don't know. He's really, really good, and I don't want to take anything away from what he's done, but
he's the greatest player in NFL history.
I mean, no, but I just feel like the swagger of him may come to a halt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just I don't know, the 2-week break. He hasn't had ever hype in his life until these next. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like everybody's like, oh yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. But now it's like people have the shirts and the sunglasses and this and then you're hearing Joe Cool this. He handles that stuff well, and it's good that he does. But I just feel like that kind of goes down a little bit.
I think his goes down a little bit because he's going to be less. Because I think the running game is going to be featured.
Yeah.
Of mainly because he's not going to have as many attempts.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of those things of, is he the guy? Because if he's a guy,
he can do it.
Then he's going to have a big game.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's just what it comes down to. But it's the same way of he didn't have a great game against Tennessee.
No.
But he still threw 300 yards.
Mm-hmm.
You don't. I mean,
very quiet. Very quiet.
It's a very quiet.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not as loud if Jamar's not involved. He'll throw for 300 yards and Jamar might only have 20 yards.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's like Joe didn't do anything because Jamar didn't
do anything.
Well, that's just the way the game played out.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I'm very excited for that. Flip it around.
Hold on for the for the Bengals. On them the win. Odell Beckham's got to have 150 yards receiving.
Okay.
Because if he has that means you've done something with Cooper Kupp.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Kupp cannot have 10 catches for 150 yards.
Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if Odell goes for 200, okay.
Okay. Yeah, so that's fine.
That's just what it is then. Because Odell is a game breaker, but he's more of a down the field guy.
Mm-hmm.
Where Cooper is going to catch the ball at 8 yard. I mean, he has explosive plays, but they're all 8 and 10 yard catches.
Yeah, but that go for something else because of bad angle or miscommunication or
if it's a Odell going over the top.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll live with that.
Yeah.
But this guy's not going to catch when it's 3rd and 10. He's not going to catch a 12-yard pass.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not.
I have a feeling because I think the Bengals defense is very, very underrated.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see a little bit like the Chiefs game where they're not going to have it figured out until close to halftime.
Yeah.
If they can hold the Rams to 10 to 14 points at halftime, I think they're in a good spot. If it's anything, if the Rams come out against the Bucks and it's 24-10 at halftime, I struggle with them coming back. Because it doesn't seem like they have it figured out yet, but it always seems like it takes them a quarter or two to get it to calm, maybe, whatever you want to say, calm down or, pretty much understand what's going on.
which is kind of a weird thing because that's kind of how the Rams offense is too.
Yeah.
Like they can kind of
decoy that.
kind of slow start of Bengals wise is, nobody knows when the play is going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we can all assume that Matthew Stafford's going to give one away.
I think so.
Now, whether you catch it or not, that he's going to throw an interception. It just depends on whether or not you catch it.
Yeah.
Because he does it every game.
No, it's going to be multiple. There's going to be multiple throws where it's like, oh my God, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah.
Because that's what he does.
Just depends on if you get it or not.
And I think that's really his only downfall.
Yeah.
Especially in the playoffs. It's like, you don't have to take that chance.
Right.
You're in the Super Bowl. Everything is built for underneath, then deep. Just take some, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the one against the Niners that should have been picked, it shouldn't even have been thrown.
No.
And it was like 40 yards short.
Yeah. Yeah, he just does that shit sometimes that you're gonna have a chance at one.
Yeah.
If not two.
Yep.
And if he throws two, then
it's probably over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be over already. Bengals might have beat them already. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I haven't seen. I've been keeping up.
Just stop. Yeah, you've been very, very modest all season. Don't start now.
Yeah, I don't play for the team.
I know.
So
I know you don't.
I did love the one. I seen it on TikTok of this girl that plays for Cincinnati, the lacrosse team.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, hey, it's pretty nice when we get to practice before the Bengals. Of like, it's her at lacrosse practice and coming out, and then the bus is coming in with the Bengals getting off. Like, yeah, it's fucking super embarrassing.
It's super embarrassing. How good for the Cincinnati Public Schools taking the day off on Monday.
Awesome.
That is fantastic. That is everybody's dream, is to have the day off after the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Good for them.
But the whole world, I think it's one of those things that, like, the Bengals is just such a story with Joe Burrow and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's like if you don't live if you're not a Rams fan, you're rooting for the Bengals.
Yeah.
It just has that.
Yeah.
Kind of like if you're not a Bama fan, you're rooting for everybody else.
Yep. No, 100% with the attention that he's got, and with the the uprising of the Bengals this season.
Yeah.
If you're not rooting for the Bengals to win, then something's wrong with you.
Yeah.
I'm not, but that's
That is a weird thing too. I was having to talk with a guy today of saying, or it might have been yesterday, I don't know, my days run together, a lot of drugs. But what I was talking is, like, the support the Bengals have. It's weird being in this state because if it was flipped,
you'd hate the Browns.
And the Browns were having this run. I'm not even talking about me personally or just people in Ohio. I'm talking about like the
country. Yes,
the people are behind the Bengals.
Yeah, the people would be shitting on the Browns.
They'd still just shit on them.
Yeah, they would 100%.
Yeah, and they'd be like, God, I hope the Rams beat the Browns. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
Exactly.
I think it would be that way because I think Bengals fans have just kind of been so quiet for now. They'll fight you in the stands. Like, that's fucking happening. But that's still Ohio type stuff. That's just, that's how we live, baby. Yeah. But the Browns-wise, I think everybody's like, oh, they're insufferable when they win 2 games. Yeah. Thinking the next year they're
fantastic.
Like, why are we not favored to win it all?
Yeah.
This quarterback that nobody's ever heard of should be the MVP.
Yeah, it should be. I am not rooting for the Bengals for one specific person. Not for you. No, I mean, for you, I hope they win. But there's somebody that I hope that they
you hate them.
They lose. Yeah, I don't like that person very much. So, and they're all of a sudden a big Bengals fan and very annoying about it. So, I'm really hoping that they lose.
Do they listen to this show? Like, do they know who they are?
No, they don't listen to this show.
Know.
If I hope they start listening because of this. Like, if they would be like, oh yeah, okay, cool. And I hope they listen to this one.
That's got to be me.
I hope they listen to this one if they are.
That's the Bengals wise though. Mm-hmm. Before we it's we're Ohio based and I'm a Bengals fan, so we're going to talk about that side of it because it's really about me. But the thought process is, and all the talking heads of like Joe Burrow's the next coming of like all right, if he wins this, it's going to be like, well, can he get to 7?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, that's
just
exactly what's coming because obviously we're done with football for the next 6 months.
Yeah, and that's the question.
That'll
for
be
the
the
next
question.
2 weeks.
There's a highly likely chance that he never gets back to another one because it's not easy.
No.
It doesn't happen.
No.
Everybody forgets Dan Marino was the first or second year.
Mm-hmm.
Never made it to another Super Bowl, and that's Dan Marino.
Yep.
Now, he played for the Dolphins, who like to fire coaches that win games.
Yeah.
Or pay them to not win games.
Yeah.
I wonder if he was trying, since he wasn't trying to win, and they lost games that year.
Yeah.
Like 6 or 7 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did he get $700,000 for those losses?
I hope so.
I'd like to know that. It didn't get spelled out. He said he wouldn't lose them on purpose, but did he tell, hey, I'm not losing games, or you just be like, oh, okay. Like, where's my money? And then come up after this and be like, hey, where's my money, bitch?
I lost.
You got my money?
Fucker.
Where's my money?
You got my money?
You got my money, man?
You got my money?
This is what happens. But, I mean, that's kind of an interesting stat of that everybody just assumes that he's going to, he'll get a couple of like, because Peyton Manning has 2, and one of them doesn't count.
Exactly.
Because it was not him that won it.
Mm-hmm. That's going to be a bad talk, too. And you shouldn't hear it. Like, you're a Bengals fan, just be happy with the win if you get it.
Yeah.
You may never even be back to the fucking playoffs. It's still Cincinnati.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
At the end of the day. Now, they seem to be trending in the right direction, but they have a lot of money to spend, and they may spend it very dumbly.
And they might not spend it, because you only have to hit the floor, and you can carry over, because what is it, 20? Is the floor usually 20% under?
Something like that,
so if it's 205, I think is the number next year, so like 185 is going to be the floor.
Uh-huh.
Well, they can spend to the floor and take that other $20 million and you just roll it over to the next year.
Yeah. And they may not spend any of it. Who knows? It's also still the Bengals.
And also know that, did anybody hear Carson Palmer on McAfee's show yesterday talk about that?
Yeah, he said he had a problem with the management.
The whole thing.
No, I didn't. Sorry.
Oh, well, at that point in time, the University of Cincinnati was fighting with the Brown family, so they weren't allowed to use the indoor facility when Carson was there.
Oh, nice.
So when it snowed out, it's the only time you'd practice indoor when you don't have one.
Yeah.
They had to drive to the north of Cincinnati, which you drove through the hills.
Yeah.
When it's snowing.
Yeah, not fun.
Not a good deal.
No.
To a indoor soccer place.
Oh, my
and
God.
It'd take about an hour and a half to get there. And then Carson said he could only, there's no lines on the field because it's indoor soccer, so the training staff would have to take tape and tape lines on the field.
Oh, my God.
Which, obviously, you could roll your ankle fairly easy when you step on tape on turf.
Yeah.
He could only throw slants.
Because it wasn't deep enough?
No, because the ceiling's so low, he'd hit the lights.
Oh, my God.
If he threw like an in route or something like that, he'd hit the lights. And then they wouldn't let him, even though most of them live on the north side because that's where most of the players live.
Mm-hmm.
When they were practicing inside, they wouldn't let him drive to the facility to do that. They made him take the bus and then would have to take the bus an hour and a half back
and then drive an hour and a half.
Drive back home. Also, they didn't really care about the food that they put out, so all the players packed lunches and ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because they would hire ex-convicts as the people who cooked it. And he said, literally, they're smoking cigarettes over the eggs they're cooking you.
Sounds like my grandpa.
That's not even the worst part.
Yeah.
On cold days, he says, you practicing outside, they would make hot chocolate. You can come inside real quick, get warmed up.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason they know this is because the health inspector happened to walk in as they were preparing the hot chocolate for the team in mop buckets.
Oh, my God.
To the fact that it was wrote up in news pages, like you can look that up.
Yeah.
They were caught red-handed by the health department mixing our hot chocolate for the NFL team in mop buckets.
Oh, my God. The Browns are so goddamn cheap.
That's now a lot of that's changed. They're using Cincinnati shit now, and I think they did fix the food portion of it to where they actually have some. I don't know that they have chefs and stuff, but they have at least lunch ladies.
Yeah,
I mean, so maybe they're getting rectangle pizzas. But when he was laying that out, I'm like, oh my, like you don't know that you always know the Browns were cheap, but like you didn't know to that extent, like. Because you remember when he was like, hey, if you don't fucking let me go, I'm just retiring.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Then you hear the story of like, oh, why did you stay so long?
Imagine the fucking teams that they had at that time, though.
They were making
good.
The playoffs.
They were so good. They had so much talent on that fucking team.
Yeah.
So much fucking talent.
I can't
imagine Ocho Cinco's reaction to all this shit.
You got guys eating peanut butter and jelly sandwiches because they won't eat the food that the club provides.
Mm-hmm.
And barring tearing his knee up in the first quarter of the Pittsburgh game, because that was one of the better teams they've ever had.
Oh, yeah.
Of like,
What was that running back they had that year? Big, stocky dude. 34, I think his number was.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. No, I couldn't remember either.
Trying to remember that era. I mean, hell, that's like 2005, 7, 6.
Was that the year that the Steelers won it?
I don't know.
Okay, I don't remember either.
So.
I don't remember either.
Hard to tell.
Yeah.
But just to be like, that's a professional owner of a biggest league on the earth.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Wow.
Paying yourself $33 million a year.
Yeah.
Be the team president.
Yep.
Which I hear it started to get better because I think his daughter is starting to take over.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah, well, I mean,
because one thing you can say over the last 8 to 10 years is like, they really haven't missed any draft picks.
No, they've done better.
They've done well in the draft.
Oh, man. But just the other parts of it. Like, you got to take care of these guys.
Yeah.
Like, if you're paying, I mean, you're going to be paying Joe here in about 2 years a lot of money. Take care of this fucker.
Well, and then when you hear that of like Gronk saying, they asked him that question of who would you know, if Tom's playing, he's like, Joe Burrow. Like, and then you hear that story is like, because you're going to, no matter what happens in this game, you're going to have some vets
want to come play with
ring chasing that would go, hey, they're ready to go. I can go here and have a chance of like, but then you hear stories like that of like, nah.
AJ Green's back.
Yeah.
I think so.
Oh, you think so?
He's only on a 1-year deal in Arizona.
That's so terrible for
poor
him.
Bastard.
I fucking love AJ Green.
Oh, my poor bastard.
Like you leave for 1 year, like you finally get out of there and it's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I saw it. There was a tweet from like a Bengals beat writer. It said, with Uzama being questionable, this was right after the AFC Championship game.
Yeah.
With Uzama being questionable now for the Super Bowl, should the Bengals look for a veteran tight end? And like Tyler Eifert like commented on it. It was like a question mark with a heart or something like that. I'm like, God, he was so good when he was healthy.
So good.
God, he was so good when he was healthy.
He just went through got hurt once and then just every time he came back, like that was it.
Yeah.
I mean, but
God, he was a stud.
Fucking Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
He got hurt in the Pro Bowl.
Yep.
That's what started it.
Yep. God, he was a stud. But yeah, I mean, just all the Bengals fans, like, did you hear the Whitworth story? The Whitworth? It's like your Boston accent.
Is he talking to a hula?
Whitworth story with Burrow?
Yeah, about
like
the
they
rehab
together and, and now they're fucking playing against each other in the Super Bowl. And then Whitworth being a former Bengal, I mean, just
like
played,
an all-timer Bengal.
Yes.
I mean,
played like all of his
pretty
career
good
there.
chance that guy's going into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
And it'll be their second.
Mm-hmm.
Both left tackles also.
Yep.
That'd be something. I assume Joe, I mean, he's already in the Hall of Fame the way it sounds. I mean,
sounds
the way,
like, yes.
Like, go ahead and give him his jacket.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been 1 full year that he's played.
Yeah.
He's okay.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be okay.
He'll be good. They just got to keep the pieces around him to make him good.
Yeah. And they're all young. So that's what,
that helps.
That's where you can get some vets in that are on their 1 year deals because they're off your salary cap by the time you get to,
pay them. Yep.
You got 2 years before, you probably restructure Joe after next season because you kind of do it after 3 years with the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
And then that gives you, you got T. Higgins, that's deal will be up like you need to do him. And then Jamar Chase. So you got a year and a half or 2 years that you can get some vets kind of chasing.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's your first window.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then you got to restack.
Yep.
And then maybe you get Devontae Adams. He's asking for $30 million a year.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
I feel like you're just going to get franchise tagged for 19.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not happening.
Yeah.
All right, you want to flip to the other side of the Rams? What do they need to do, Seth, to win the game?
Well, I think that what they need to do to win the game, obviously, I don't feel like getting after the quarterback bugs the Bengals. And I know that's what everybody's talking about is, this pass rush. Watch every fucking playoff game that Joe Burrow has played. He's gotten hit a bunch. It doesn't bother him. He'll run away from it. I mean, there was how many times did he escape the pocket because they weren't disciplined in their gap when they rush. I don't think the pass rush is them. I think if they play back, and I think he can make mistakes because he's going to want to throw the ball into a tight window. I think if they play coverage more than because they can get after it with 4, think if they drop the rest, that is really their best bet defensively. The only thing with that is I think you got to stop the run first, and they're not very good at that.
Yeah.
I think that's really their biggest knock defensively is if you can make the Bengals pass. I know that sounds weird because they're very good at doing that too.
Yeah.
But it's a win for your defense because you're that bad against the run.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I agree with that because if you let the Bengals run and your pass rush means jack shit if it's 3rd and 4.
Yeah, exactly.
Because in a second and a half, they can have that 4 yards.
Yep.
I agree with that because it's going to be a 4 and 7. It just has to be.
Yeah.
And Weddle's going to be down in the box.
Helping out with the
of
run.
the game.
Yep.
And to me, it's it just comes down to Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
You can't do Matthew Stafford shit.
Yeah.
You just can't. Because as much as you like to say the Bengals try to take away, like Cooper Kupp's going to get his.
Yeah.
They're going to try to take it away, but
And I was going to say that too. I don't think Odell has to have this monster game for them to win.
No.
Because Cooper Kupp's going to get his.
Yeah.
No matter what you're going to do, it's hard to stop that guy at the line of scrimmage. I mean, he's going to do that little bump and run slant and catch it and go probably 10, 12 yards every time.
Something tells me that Eli Apple's not going to get his hands on him at the line of scrimmage.
I think that they need to do better with their deep shots. Personally, with the Rams.
Yeah.
Because it only comes off of play action. Well, if you're not running the ball, nobody's going to step up and play action. Sean McVay has a very big chance when he's not running the ball for 5 yards a carry. He just doesn't run the ball.
Yeah.
And I think that's an issue. Also, the turnovers. Turnovers let the Buccaneers back in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, the fumble at halftime, the 2 more or something like that in the third quarter, can't have those. Super Bowl. The other team's there for a reason, and if you have those, I think you're done. And again, like you said, Matthew Stafford shit, he can't have that shit.
Yeah.
Just throw to who's open.
It's one of those things with they running the football because they can on the Bengals. Like the Bengals have a good defense.
Yeah, but
I like people don't. They don't get a lot of credit.
No, it's a very underrated
defense. But you can run on them.
Oh yeah,
and then a lot of they just like. It's not like Tennessee wasn't successful running the fucking ball. They're like, well, Derrick Henry didn't get it enough. Well, also the backup running back rushed for 100 yards. So you just chose to throw it in a time where you should have just been running it. If they can run it and just have the play action, I mean, that's what it is. Because, as we say, Eli Apple's a liability.
Yeah.
He's going to get got.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to run a play action, and whoever they have him on is going to blow right by him.
Because and the Rams, even without Robert Woods, I think have the best receiving core of anybody they've played so far.
Oh, 100%.
Cooper, Odell, and even that Van Jefferson is fantastic. Yeah. So the fact, you don't have, like with the Chiefs, that you have to stop 2 guys, really one, because one opens up number 2. Yeah. As long as you stop Kelsey with underneath stuff, Tyreek Hill's not deep open.
No.
So
and their other
guys,
their other weapons just are like a year away from being
anything, and they feed off of everybody double teaming those 2 people.
Yeah.
And then it's like the Titans. Well, AJ Brown's really good. Julio 5 years ago is really good.
Yeah.
But I can guard those guys.
Yeah.
They were throwing the ball to Chester Rogers at the last play of the game.
Yeah.
Before it got picked. So, I think they're going to struggle with those 3 guys, and the different formations that McVay runs with all the motion and shit. I think it's going to give them trouble.
Yeah. I think the only thing that helps both squads is the fact of, like, they coach together.
Yeah.
So, and their offenses are very similar to each other. So the defenses have kind of seen that look before. Yep. I mean, you're going to get got. Both teams are going to get something on you. But, like, I don't know that they're going to get shocked with anything.
Yeah.
Like,
I know what you mean.
They're very, they haven't been together for a while. They're very different, but they're kind of based in that same scheme.
Yeah. I will say one thing that's going to give, if I'm both defenses, I think Logan Wilson is going to be the X factor on the Bengals defense.
Yeah.
One, because of his coverage, because the Rams like to run that little 2-stack with the two receivers on each side, and they like to run them tight. Well, they like to run, the bottom guys run the outs, and the top guys run those digs inside. Well, he's fast enough to get back there and cover that dig, even off of play action. So I think that's going to be a big thing for the Bengals to do.
And I think you're going to see a lot of the, depending on how the run game goes, obviously. But you're going to start seeing that probably more in the second half. You're going to start seeing the Bengals sprinkle in that drop 8.
Yeah.
Where they come up in 4, but they drop, Sam back in that. Because you're not worried about Matthew Stafford. He'll run. He'll get some yards on you, but he ain't going to bust it. He's not going to bust it for 60.
You're letting him run it if he does.
And when you start talking about receivers, and so you drop 8 in the NFL, now, it's really tough to throw a pass.
Yeah, and then, like I said, Stafford's
still have Trey.
He's going to try to throw it in there.
Yeah.
And
Hubbard. Go force one.
Yeah, you have Trey and Hubbard on each side. I think the Rams' offensive line's okay. But it's still good pass rushers.
Yeah.
And they're disciplined.
Yeah.
They don't just go all over hell crazy, So
I think you'll see some of that. Obviously, they did it very successfully against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Now, granted, McVay and them know that's going to happen. But I think you're going to see some of that of like, hey, we know he's getting a little pass happy, so let's just drop this in once and see what happens.
Now that we talked about the teams, this is a question that I haven't really heard anybody ask or anything, but is McVay underrated?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Because it seems like he's been getting blown for...
And that was my next question. Well, okay. Is he overrated?
I think he's about right where he needs to be.
Okay.
I do now at the beginning of
I
it.
know. Yep, I know.
Overrated.
Yeah.
But right now, it's like, because you don't hear, like, the first 2 years he was there, he's 32 years. There was a lot of jerking off happening.
Yeah, because he was so young.
Yeah. And then he got to a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And it's jerk off. And then he got his ass stomped by basically a guy who says, well, I can stop your fucking, kid guru on offense. Of like, hey, if I just walk this linebacker out to the side over your tight end, it fucked your whole offense.
Yeah.
He moved one defensive, now granted he did more than that.
Yes. But
schematically, he walked out one guy over a tight end.
Yeah, and it threw it off.
Their whole offense couldn't operate.
Yeah.
I think that once that happened, it kind of, now he's kind of at that level of, hey, you're back the second time of, he doesn't need to win this. I don't.
Yeah,
there's no shine off of him.
No.
Organization wise, like,
you need to organizationally.
You need to, because you gave away everything. But they can kick the cap down the road a little bit and bring all these guys back next year.
They are so crazy to not have a draft pick till like 2026.
Yeah.
That's crazy to me. I like him a lot. It is, we talk about quarterbacks being hard to get to a Super Bowl. He's been to 2 in 5 years.
And he's 36.
Yeah. Like, to me, that's really, really impressive.
When you look at that, the Bengals coach is 38, and he's the oldest guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Besides Andrew Whitworth, who's 40, playing left tackle in the NFL. Fucking crazy.
To me, that's very impressive to me that he's been there 2 years.
Yeah.
I know, and I get it wrong. They've bought their team, but that's just the way they're doing it.
That's the rules.
They didn't do anything extra. They've done what they can do with what they have, and instead of drafting players and developing them, they're ready to win now.
Yeah.
I would be interested to see how he would do if he drafted a quarterback. I want to see who he drafts.
Yeah, because Goff wasn't his, right?
No,
he was
Goff
there when he got there.
He was Jeff Fisher's, I believe.
Gotcha.
And he wasn't good with what McVay wanted him to do, and that's why he's gone.
Yeah.
But I
also took him to a Super Bowl.
Yes, he did.
Like, we can say right now, and I did hear somebody say that, because you remember people were saying that Detroit won that trade.
Yeah.
Of but I heard somebody say, he goes, well, Matthew Stafford hadn't done anything that Jared Goff didn't do in L.A.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, unless he wins one, then
they're the same. They're the same fucking quarterback.
Yeah, the same quarterback.
Oh, he has more stats. Who fucking cares?
There's no rings.
You don't win the last game of the year.
Yep.
No one fucking cares.
Yeah, but I think it's very impressive to me about not many coaches get back.
No.
They get close.
Most of the coaches never get there the first time.
They get close. They're right there, but it's like they don't get there. But yeah, for him being 2 in 5 years, I think it's very impressive.
Yeah. And I think it's more think it's more pressure on the GM than it is his. Like, you're not going to fire Sean McVay.
Yeah, he didn't make those
you
choices.
Fire the GM, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because...
Yeah, Les Snead.
But I'm okay with that because I think draft picks are overrated anyways.
Yeah.
And people cover it. Like, for the longest time, it's like, hey, they got fucking 16 draft picks in this class.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, none of them are playing.
Yeah.
So you're not good at drafting. Maybe trade some of those away for people who can play in this league.
To me, draft picks are overrated 16 and up.
Yeah.
I honestly, you're not getting anybody who should be playing right away 16 and up unless somebody slides.
Yeah.
Somebody fucks up and you know what I mean? That's the only way. Everybody else is either a project or a backup because you already have one of those.
That's to me is
and when you're winning every year, you don't have the top 15 picks.
I have the 17th pick. That team over there's got a Pro Bowler that's on year 3 that they don't want to pay because they're not ready to go.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll give you my first round pick. I'll pay him.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, I got a 2-time Pro Bowler for my first round draft pick. What do you got?
Exactly. I like that. It makes sense. I don't have to develop this guy.
Now, what gets me of what I don't care for, like, I'm okay trading first round picks. Do it all day, unless there's a guy because you don't know. You just don't know.
Yeah,
and you can trade it for somebody that you do know.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is where the Rams would be like, not only will I give you this year, I will give you next year and the year after. Okay, now we want this guy of like, well, we don't have picks. Okay, give him the next 2 years after that.
That's I don't think that sets up McVay very well. I mean, if he's the guy that you want to be, the longevity there is no longevity when you don't have draft picks. I mean, they have some.
Well, you look at that if they're designed to, because Von Miller's got this year and next year, and then he's done.
Just this. Oh, you mean playing-wise in general? Okay,
I mean, he might, if they win it this year, he might just walk.
Yeah.
If they don't, I think he would take a team-friendly deal. If he didn't go, hey, I want to play one more year in Denver or something like that, I think he would re-sign a team-friendly deal to keep
try to chase it,
because they're still going to have the same core.
Yeah.
But so you get this year and next year, and then I think I think their first picks come back in like 2024.
Yeah.
So that's going to put you close to that of, hey, now it's time. We've been kicking the can, so we need to take our cap hits now and start getting young.
Yep.
And then now we're in a rebuild of from 2024 to 2026.
Yep.
One thing you can do in the league is make quick turnaround. At some point in time, you got to reset your cap because you can only kick it, or you end up,
long.
You're $71 million over the cap. That's the highest number that's ever been.
Yeah.
So at some point in time, you gotta pay the piper.
All right, who wins?
We're not just going to talk about the spread.
Oh, sorry.
Like, what is the spread?
I thought it was 4.
It started at 3.5, then it went to 4.5, and then I think it came down some. I think when it hit 4.5, I think a lot of big money came in on Cincinnati, and it came down rather quickly.
Give me a sec. It is popping up now.
Pop it out, baby.
Cold.
It is chilly.
It is 4.
4?
4.
I'm going to take the Bengals getting 4.
Okay.
I'll give you no other picks than that, sir.
I'm not going to pick the Bengals. So, I mean,
I understand.
I probably would if you wouldn't have.
I've taken, just go opposite. I've taken the Bengals and the points every week.
So I'll take the Rams -4. The Bengals were money line was plus 60 or 166, which isn't much. Like you're gonna have to put down some money to get to win.
Yeah. That's pretty even up at that point in time.
But I wanted to look it up before we went on, but I completely forgot. I wanted to know what the beginning of the season odds were.
Plus 15,000 for the Bengals.
Okay, I thought it was 12,000, but I didn't. Like I said, I didn't look it up. Imagine putting like $10 on that.
Put $100 on it, you win $15,000.
Yeah,
pretty tough to do on a team coming off a fucking 4 win.
But I mean, just a big fan just said, "Hey,
but that's one of those things. If you were a Bengals fan and you happened to be in Vegas when those odds were up, because that plus 15,000, that's where it started.
Yeah,
probably ended at plus 12,000 because hey, I'm going to throw $100 on that because why wouldn't you take the this much money on the bottom half of the league because if you catch a flyer, I mean,
it's like what happened. I mean, yeah, but I just was like, that'd be cool.
But and then I guess otherwise, I'm gonna take heads.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for the opening kickoff to not be a touchback.
Okay.
Go with first point scored being a field goal.
All right.
I don't know what the odds are. I don't know if they're doing the over-under national anthem anymore because last year, do you remember that when they were doing their tests and people were outside the stadium timing it of like, we need to take that bet off the board now.
Yeah,
exactly. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah. What color is the Gatorade that is dunked on the winning coach?
Blue.
Okay. Do you think the Rams are going to win?
No, I just think.
I figured it would be orange. You know what I mean? The Rams would have blue Gatorade. The Bengals would have orange Gatorade.
It's more on flavors.
I know.
That cool blue seems to. Plus, I think it's supposed to be a little warmer.
Yeah.
Because now the opening kickoff thing is weird because obviously we've talked about it before. That is a brand like there are K balls.
Mm-hmm.
That particular ball is not. It is brand new out of the box. Might as well be a fucking brick.
Yep.
So that kind of depends on who wins the coin toss because it's like 98% of the time it is not a touchback.
No,
because you're kicking a brick.
You're kicking a brick.
Now, if the Bengals get the ball first, there's no fucking way that kicker's not going to kick that ball in the end zone for the Rams. Gay.
Yeah.
Now, if the Rams get the ball first, like McPherson has a fucking cannon.
Yeah,
he might get it there.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the But chances are it will not happen.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of doesn't happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because don't they take that ball and goes right in the Hall of Fame?
Goes right to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Basically whoever kicks the thing is the only one that usually touches it. You know, like, wow, I guess it gets returned, but like that's it. It goes right in.
Yep, that's what I thought.
That's got to feel like shit too, because obviously we've all handled balls new out of the box.
Yeah,
probably shouldn't have delayed there.
Yeah,
but they are terrible.
Oh yeah, they're harder. It's not even fun to throw.
The fact that for the Super Bowl they used to not even let the quarterbacks touch them.
Yeah,
it was like, hey, this is the biggest game of the year.
I need to see what the ball is.
We can't have brand new balls.
Yeah.
So I think Peyton Manning's the one that got that changed.
Oh really?
Like let them start practicing with the balls throughout the week to get them broke in by the time game time. Because it used to not, like, they were just all brand new balls.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
This sucks.
Yeah, for sure it does.
So that's, another fake fucking Super Bowl title for Denver. I mean, quarterback cheated to get ball. I mean, and he threw amazing passes in that game.
Threw a touchdown pass.
Did he?
Yep.
I don't remember much of it.
It was his
I just remember that was against Seattle. Was that the Seattle? No, Seattle beat him.
Was the fucking beat
when
down.
Manning actually had a year.
Yeah.
And snap it over his fucking head at the beginning.
Right at the
of
beginning of the game.
Well, that's it.
Yep. No, that was the Panthers where they beat Cam Newton.
Oh yeah,
Cam Newton's year.
Can do jack shit.
Cam Newton's year. He got kind of the opposite. Yep. Yeah. Fun.
Yeah, it's good old times.
Yeah.
I don't. You have any prop bets you like? How you feeling?
The only one that I liked was the Cooper Kupp over 100 yards receiving. I thought.
Yeah,
I
feels
figured,
pretty good.
Feels good. What one did I see? It was something to do with completion, or it was completion percentage. Joe Burrow's completion percentage
over or under 70. I'm guessing
something like that.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah, and I thought over.
He always falls right around that, so I'm going to guess 70.5 or whatever.
Yeah, I thought that one was interesting because I've never seen a completion percentage prop bet. But
yeah, that's a weird one. I've never. But it's getting as much as getting stat driven these days.
Exactly. So
I think I heard somebody say it. I do not have this as a fact, but I heard McPherson's over under is 1.5 field goals.
Okay.
Which he's kicked like 4.
Yeah.
But then again, if he kicks 2, he ties the all-time playoff. He ties Adam Vinatieri in his rookie season for the most ever field goals made in a playoff.
That's funny. Another one I saw was fourth down attempts. That was a big one.
Over under 3.5?
I think it might have been 4.5.
I'm gonna take the under.
Yeah, but the Rams go for it on fourth and down all the fucking time.
Yeah.
That's the only issue. Like the Bengals are a little bit more conservative about it, but it's like the Rams are like, no. If it's at midfield, it's 4th and 4. We're going for it.
And that's the thing too of talking about shit like that being McVay's second time and Zach's first time. Zach's always he's a little more conservative anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But you pucker that bucket up real tight.
Yeah.
Whereas McVay's like, hey, you've got to play the game. I mean, there's nothing. You shouldn't be changing anything for this game.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be interesting. It'll be fun. I'm excited.
I'd like to say, obviously, like a Mixon anytime touchdown score.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a Tyler Boyd. Just like a fucking whore. But touchdown.
Yeah, touchdown.
And obviously, Cooper's going to get one. I think Beckham gets one.
I'm going to say Sony Michel.
I think so,
or
too.
Or Higbee, one of the two. Sony Michel or Higbee, I think gets one.
Sony Michel. His prop bet for over-under yards is probably a good one because he's probably in that 30 area.
I think it's like 30 or 35.
And I think he goes over. Like so he's like, he kind of gets...
Okay, it's shit.
He kind of gets forgotten about.
Yeah.
Of like, but he tends to have
good.
He usually rips off a 20-yard run in the game at some point in time.
Yeah.
Now you're just asking, get a couple carries.
Get a couple carries. Give him a couple carries.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're so high on Cam Akers. He fumbles it every fucking time.
Yeah. You need to hold on that ball for your head to hit just 1 inch off the fucking ground, man. And the fact that him coming back off of fucking Achilles in less than a year.
Yeah, pretty impressive.
And looked good.
Yeah, looked very good.
I don't know how it affected his hands.
Yeah.
But it
maybe just taking hits. Maybe taking hits or not being...
Did they take a ligament out of your wrist to fix your foot? Because that's important to hang on to the ball.
Yes, it is.
We did talk about, moving off football here for a second, a couple things I watched. I told you about that. Murderville.
Yeah.
It may not be for everybody. I thought it was funny as shit on Netflix. It's only like 6 episodes. Marshawn Lynch is in an episode. He's fucking hilarious. Check that out, definitely. 6 episodes to half hour. It's not much of a commitment.
Should be able to bust
2.5, 2.5 hours or 3 hours.
Yeah.
That's one session of lovemaking.
Yeah.
You should be able to get that knocked out.
Yeah.
The one I watched, that Reacher on Prime.
Is it okay or is it bad?
I liked it.
Is it?
I liked it.
Seems very cheaply made.
It is not.
Okay. All right.
I don't think they did well with the previews.
Okay.
And
I can only see him as dad. So that's my biggest problem.
That's a tough one.
That's my biggest problem.
Like just a linebacker doing cocaine.
Yeah, he's not a badass. He's just this funny, goofy fucker.
My problem is because I liked the movies.
Yeah.
And Tom Cruise in the movies.
Yeah.
Well, what I didn't know, because like when they cast him, I'm like, well, he looks nothing like Tom Cruise. Like the character's different.
Yeah, he's like 6'5" and he's shredded.
Well, I didn't know because obviously it's like 30 of those books.
Yeah.
People were pissed off that they cast Tom Cruise because in the book, Jack Reacher is 6'5" and shredded.
Oh, okay.
It's like, like blonde, 6'5", shredded.
And they cast Tom Cruise at 5'5".
Yeah. So it was like, it threw it off for me, but like now all the people are happy of like, that's because part of the book is everywhere he goes, everybody's like, he's a fucking giant. Like that's kind of the deal.
Gotcha.
I thought it was very good. I watched it in like a fucking day.
Okay.
Like literally one day I finished it.
Compare it to the Jack Ryan series because I liked that one.
Similar.
Okay. That's all I need. I mean,
obviously two different things.
Yes,
one's a terrorism plot as opposed to.
Yeah.
But it's one of those, I'll put it this way, of anything that we've watched, name an Amazon Prime show that has sucked.
No, that's why they've done well with the shows. Yes.
It's put it with, let's say it's violent. We'll say that.
Okay.
I don't want to give too many spoilers.
Yeah.
But it was very Now, you can tell it didn't have as big a budget because I think the Jack Ryan stuff was shot in like 3 different fucking countries. You can tell that budget was huge.
Yeah.
And this one done very well.
Okay, good. Hey.
I think.
All right.
So
give it a try.
You should watch it.
I will.
Maybe tonight. All of it. Maybe don't sleep before work tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Finish it up so we can talk about it next week. What are you gonna? Yeah, it's just
sleep.
Don't be a whore.
A whore.
Don't be a dirty whore. Anything else you got?
I have nothing. I'm giggled out.
We're gonna celebrate.
The Bengals win
I
next
think
week.
when you said that about being the greatest Super Bowl of all time earlier,
yeah,
I think it's that way because stick with me. You did say that.
Yeah. Nope.
Is because I don't think it matters. Like everybody likes Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
And if Matthew Stafford won, it's like, well, he fucking deserved it. He was with the Lions for 12 fucking years.
Yeah.
So it's one of those of like,
yeah.
I guess the Rams would be seen as buying their team, but it's a salary cap league. They did
exactly.
What
they did what they did.
But I think of like it's the Bengals upstart Cinderella versus a guy that was in purgatory for his whole fucking career.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, we fire coaches that win games.
Yep.
And we didn't talk about the head coach situation. I mean, I have heard things like the lawsuit's probably going to get tossed.
Mm-hmm.
The class action, mainly because like the definition. Now, not a lawyer. If anybody didn't know listening, I am not a lawyer. Of like class actions when they're filed, like they're class actions because they're supposed to be big.
Yeah.
And like your class is like 4 people.
Yeah.
Like it leans toward the getting tossed out just on the standard stuff of it.
Yeah.
Which, again, not a lawyer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd be talking out my ass.
Yeah.
I feel like it changed who the Texans hired, though.
I do too. I really do.
I think Flores was up for that job.
Yeah.
But originally, I don't think a person of color was going to get that job. They were going to hire the quarterback that they interviewed twice. Then the lawsuit comes out and goes, Lovie Smith.
Yeah, exactly. Come on in.
Yep. We're going to now just let you know you're getting fired next year, and then we're going to hire this guy when this blows over.
Yeah.
I feel so because fucking Lovie Smith, his beard and everything.
Oh my God. Does he look awesome?
Fucking
Does
God.
he look awesome or what? I want to play for that guy.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know it.
And he's been shit on. I mean, his last time the Bears won anything was with Lovie Smith.
Exactly.
Of like, he's a good coach, but it's with the Texans he's going to get shit on because they've had this guy handpicked since he was still playing in the league.
Yep.
Hey, as soon as you want to, you're our head coach.
Yep.
Going to be this year. If they weren't going to be able to give him the job this year, they probably wouldn't have fired the last guy.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah.
That's still weird. We'll keep you posted on that. And then after we talk about sports next week, then the week after we'll move in. We got about a week or so. We'll fix all of college football.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll start getting close to the draft and stuff for that.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk
free agency and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of good things coming.
Yeah.
A lot of future to be come.
Yep.
A lot of come to be had by everybody. We'll come all over to talk about anything.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know how else to put it.
I'll bring the towels.
Yeah. Wipe it up. Come on, Eileen. Oh, that's what that song was about,
That's
right?
what I think it is every time.
Guy was always carrying a towel.
Yeah.
It was a handy wipe.
Yeah. The sock.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning into this program. A lot of grims done on this, a bunch of whores. So don't whore yourself out this week for less than a couple rocks of crack.
All right.
That's what you get from this week's episode.
Wideside.